It was a dark and stormy night, and the wind was howling outside. John and his wife, Emily, were sitting in their living room, watching TV when the emergency alert interrupted the show. It was a tornado warning, and they were advised to take shelter immediately. John and Emily quickly got up and went to the basement, which they had converted into a storm shelter. They waited anxiously as the winds grew stronger, and the rain battered against the walls. Suddenly, the power went out, plunging them into darkness. As they huddled together, trying to stay calm, they heard a strange noise coming from outside. It sounded like something was scratching at the door. John got up to investigate, but Emily grabbed his arm and whispered, "Don't leave me alone." John hesitated for a moment but then opened the door to take a look. What he saw made his blood run cold. A pair of glowing red eyes stared back at him from the darkness. He slammed the door shut and locked it, hoping that whatever it was, it wouldn't get in. The wind grew stronger, and the house shook as if it were about to be lifted off the ground. Suddenly, they heard a loud crash upstairs. John knew that they were in trouble. He grabbed a flashlight and slowly made his way up the stairs. As he reached the top, he shone the flashlight around, trying to see what had caused the noise. The sight that greeted him was terrifying. The window had shattered, and the wind was howling through the broken glass. But that was not the worst of it. There was a figure standing in the middle of the room, bathed in the light of the flashlight. It was tall, with long, slender arms and legs. Its face was obscured by shadows, but John could see that it was smiling, a grotesque grin that seemed to stretch from ear to ear. John backed away slowly, but the figure started to move towards him. It was almost as if it were floating. John screamed for Emily, and she came running up the stairs, but she froze at the sight of the figure. The wind grew stronger, and the figure seemed to be getting closer. John knew that they had to get out of there, but the door was blocked by debris. They were trapped. Just as they were about to give up hope, the wind suddenly died down, and the figure vanished into thin air. The power came back on, and they were able to call for help. When the authorities arrived, they found that their house had been spared by the tornado, but they could find no explanation for what John and Emily had witnessed. To this day, John and Emily still have nightmares about that night, and they refuse to spend another stormy night in their house. They have since moved to a new town, far away from the memories of that terrifying night.